How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. This is a great day for great content, and welcome to the Play radio station once again. This is We Don't Play, and I'm with Chris Anderson again, and you guys, you just have to love it. You just have to love the content that we're.
Oh, yeah.
How's your day been?
It's been good. Got up, got my morning routine done, took care of the dogs, and planned my day, and now I'm here ready to go.
Nice. That's great. What are you drinking?
Just water with a little bit of like coconut flavoring.
Okay.
Part of my network marketing business we have. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, it gives me a little bit of flavor, more than just water, but it's not packed full of all the fake sugars and everything like that. So,
exactly. How have you been? How was your weekend?
it was a good weekend, a good reset. Kind of got some stuff done around the house.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it was overall a really good weekend.
Nice.
How about yours?
Man, my weekend has been really good.
Good.
It's been crazy. A lot of stuff has been happening.
Yeah.
But we got to stay positive, we got to stay uplifted. We've
Absolutely.
lost a lot of people, and we can't ignore that.
Right.
From pandemic to whatever else is happening right now. It's so much happening that you can't really quantify and say who's at fault or what's at fault. We already know what the situation is.
Right.
So what we're just trying to do is to, like everybody says, flatten the curve. So hopefully when things work out, people can see the meaning of what is happening so that tomorrow can be a better day for everybody,
Yeah.
Because that's all
Absolutely.
we want. That's all we want. That's all we need. So no matter where you're from, no matter what you do, we are all together in this because we all communicate and we build a community, and that's what life's about.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
We got to love one another. We got to help each other out, and we got to work together to really change what's going on. I mean, because there are people out there. It's some bad eggs, really bad ones.
Right.
But we got to work together to bring those people to light so we can get rid of that and then go forward with a positive mentality together. And that's the big thing.
Exactly. That's true. So today we're going to be talking about The Who. Yep. And this is our last segment, sadly.
Man, yeah, it's been good. I know. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a very, very interesting series, and I'm glad that we're almost getting to the point where people are understanding what it's about.
Yeah.
And thank you for enrolling in if you're listening to this right now, because I woke up yesterday and I was like, wow, people are actually keying in now. So
awesome.
It's great because I take time to build an email list, and an email list does not take. It's not an easy process.
Right.
So I've been really doing a lot of digging, research, analyzing, testing. Now I found the code. So,
yeah, there you go.
So now it's like up and away.
Right.
And you know how exciting I was, speaking of up and away, when NASA and SpaceX, launched into the orbit. It was amazing. I watched it. I don't know if you saw it.
Yep, I got to watch it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was amazing. So it's a lot of good stuff happening, a lot of bad stuff happening, a lot of ugly stuff happening. But at the end of the day, we need to know what we want for ourselves so we can enjoy what we have while we're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So we're going to talk about The Who today. And I don't know if you knew that 95% of top brands only use 2 colors in their logo.
I mean, yeah, if you think about it, that seems about right.
You have 2.
Blue and orange, yep.
Right. There's always 1 or 2. So when you have 1 or 2 and you're able to make them pop, they don't have to be black and white. It has to be like a good combination so that people understand the color, what you're using that color for, why you're using that color in the first place. Yep. And then from there you can build your list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So, fun fact, 95% of top brands only use two colors in their logo. And it says a brand for a company is like a reputation for a person. You earn reputation by trying to do hard things well. Tell me the last time you tried to do something hard very well.
Right now. Right now, man. I mean,
Wow.
trying to grow a business, trying to get programs going out there for people, with my goal with Pencil Leadership and everything to impact 1 million lives, to change the world. That's a pretty hard thing, and so trying to earn that reputation, doing the right thing, doing a lot of things to help people, and but yeah, it's hard work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is hard work. But at the end of the day, you get the work in and it works out for you. And if
Yep.
you're tuning in, if you're on, thank you for tuning in. It's a pleasure. We're trying to do this every now and then. So it's our second time doing it and it's been successful. So thank you for tuning in and watching. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, I think James and Ty's on. Maybe if that's right, tie-dye 87 or 676. Cool. Welcome, guys.
Welcome everybody. There's a lot of names, so I can see everybody and I'm just waving. I'm like, hey guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who is a brand? A brand is a personality, symbol, product, or service, depending on the audience you would like to meet. That's my definition.
I like it. I like it because, a brand is whatever basically is in the public eye, like whatever is being seen by people. So we can be brands. Our products, our programs, services, what we're doing. I think that's a good spot on definition for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of spot on online programs, I have an online program and it's called Business and Branding Pro Tips, which you can also check out in the link in the description of this episode, or you can just check it in the link in bio on my Instagram. And it's simply talking about branding and how you can build your business from the ground up.
Yeah.
Because people know that brands work. Like right now, for example, Target, they've closed. That's a big impact. That says a lot. That really says a lot. Like it puts an image. If another company did that or had that experience, we would have a different story to tell because of the brand it carries, because of the weight of what business it operates on. So when you think about the value and think about how you uphold yourself as a brand, the way things happen to you that you cannot control, your image and your reputation will stand out because they know that this is what they stand for.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it definitely makes the impact, ripple effect kind of.
Right. It makes like a whole dynamic shift that makes you think, oh, okay, I can't control this, but I can control this. And if I control this, this will control itself.
Absolutely.
That's just the diagram, the flow. That's how it's supposed to go. And with branding, there are 3 decisions you got to make. You got to think about the product attributes, the benefits, and the beliefs and values.
Yeah, I think those are definitely 3 important things with branding. And they all kind of correlate. I mean, they all kind of feed off one another, and kind of make it a whole brand. Yeah, so I think those are really big 3 that you need to look at. Yeah.
For you, what would you say your product attribute is for Pencil Leadership?
Oh, that's a good one. A service that allows people to see themselves more than they do right now, and to give them the confidence to start building a life that they truly love living. So whether that be going after a passion, starting something, maybe starting a business, starting a venture, or just getting more in tune with their health and be more productive in their lives. So I think that's kind of the product attributes of mine.
So you're pretty much giving them value for their time by involving them in activities that they could work out their mindset and build a flow.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, more or less. Yep.
Okay. Nice. What are the benefits for you?
Oh, well, I mean, the biggest thing, the hardest thing we have to deal is with our mind and how we see ourselves and how we see what we can do, our potential. And so the benefits, I mean, being able to grow that mindset, being able to put healthy habits into place. And I say healthy habits, and I don't always mean nutrition, but like
Okay.
just productive habits, things that increase our well-being mentally, maybe even physically, but also just productively. It can change the ball game. I mean, it can change everything we do because we're able to do more. We're able to do more of the right things, and we're able to, in turn, help people.
Right. Exactly. Like one of the benefits of this podcast is to inform, educate, empower, and engage. Like,
Yep.
I don't want to give you the same story twice.
Right.
And when we're talking about stuff in context like we are today, Target came up because we talk about branding, but I didn't plan to talk about Target because it's not in my notes or it's not, at the top of my head. It's because we are talking about real life situations that are happening every day that affect us one way or the other. So you bring branding, you bring business, you bring perspective, you bring results, you bring objectives, you bring an idea. So that's exactly what this does as a podcast station, gives you information and builds your interest to understand, oh, there's more. This is what you could do with this information to help yourself grow. We're not telling you to do A, B, C, D.
Right.
We're telling you this is what it feels like, and you will know it feels right when you do it the right way.
Yep. No, I agree. Yep. 100%.
Honestly, it's just a great tool for creating, engagement, with each other. And with this, the next thing you think about is beliefs and values. Now, as a brand, your belief is your value.
Right.
What you think is who you are.
Yep.
So if you don't think you guys have high standard quality products that, deliver great service, then that's on you, because nobody gave you that platform. You gave yourself that platform. So when you fit it in, you got to understand, okay, this is what value we represent. We only serve A. We only serve B. We only serve C. And those components, those elements make a lot of difference when people say, oh, okay, that's what you do. Okay, me too. I like that. Look at Chick-fil-A. They serve amazing products. They serve amazing food. They have different systems that they work with, but they're not forcing you to come and buy stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're just setting themselves up so that when you see them, you kind of like, oh, let me see what they're about. They're not telling you to come, this is the store, this is the store. They'll just put themselves there. Yeah. And all you need to do is look, see what's going on, see what they're doing, because they're going to do it regardless of whether you're going to be there or not, because somebody somewhere is going to appreciate that and add value by being a part of. So that's where branding comes in. You need to know how to, and this is personally too. If you have friends, if you have people that are taking you down every day, and every weekend you're spending money, every weekend you're not thinking straight, you don't feel happy when you're by yourself, you don't know how to maintain your own energy. You're always fighting. This person is always calling you about something that's going on that's negative. Stop it, because it's not healthy.
Right. Who you tune into, or what you tune into, you turn into. And so with the beliefs and values, I mean, it goes back to the mindset. And that's why I hit on it so hard, because if you don't believe in what you're doing, your product, then you're not ready to accept those people to help them. So you have to get your mind right. You have to believe in what you're doing in your product and your business. And that goes for anything. Even if you're working a 9 to 5, you have to believe what you're doing to really find fulfillment from it. You got to believe, like, I'm not going to start a franchise with McDonald's. I could, because I know it makes money, but I'm not going to, because I don't believe in the product they're selling. It's not helping anybody. It's just convenient. And so things like that, and nothing against McDonald's. They have a great system that works, obviously, as far as business. But just personally, that's just not for me. And so you have to match your beliefs and values with what you're doing. So like, if my business was not in line with what I believe, what I wanted to do, then it's butting heads. It's not going to work out. A house divided cannot stand. And so if you're two different things, it's not going to work in the long run.
Exactly. One thing I always tell people and I've told myself all the time, is whenever you go to sleep, always sleep with a light head. Never sleep with a heavy head. Never sleep with thinking about something that's on your mind, something that's heavily pondering your emotions.
Right.
You don't want, because when you dream, when you think about stuff, you can subconsciously attract those things to you.
Yeah.
Even though we're sleeping, we're still alive. We're still
right. Our subconscious is still going.
So whatever you feed yourself every day is what you become a year from now.
Yep.
Everyone is like, oh, I'm going to work out first 90 days of January.
Right.
Okay. What happened to the rest of the 300 and X number values? So you have to think about what you're representing, who you're representing, what you're doing it for, why you're doing it.
Yeah.
And then those benefits will now come to them because they know that this is what's going to help them. People don't want to hear about you. People don't care because they have their own stuff to think about. Yeah. People want to know, how can you help me right now?
We have to be interested and not interesting. We have to be interested in the other person. And I didn't make that up. I don't want someone to say I made that up. I heard it from one of my mentors. But
nice.
We have to be interested in the people we're trying to serve and make a connection. Because, and again, they're not going to care what we know until they know that we care. And so we have to make that connection. We have to put that out there and be interested in them first before they might even think about being interested in what we're doing.
Exactly. That's the first step to creating that impact for yourself, because when you start believing in yourself and you uphold your value and you know who you are, you have faith, you have strength, you have wisdom, you know that, okay, this is what I can achieve, this is what I can do, then you shouldn't let that stop you. Number one thing that stops people from achieving a lot of things is fear.
Yep. Oh,
and 100%. It's not even fear of the thing, it's fear of what do people think of the thing. Or what do you think I can do that you can't, that you're going to look at me for and you're going to hate me because you don't want to contain that thought process in your mind thinking, oh, this person always hates me because of this. So you stop and that person is happy, but where you guys a year from now? The same place, probably worse.
Yeah. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Yeah. Those are big ones.
Exactly. Right. You got to step out of your comfort zone to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Sounds funny.
Yeah. you get to different plateaus. You're uncomfortable, then you're comfortable again. Then you have to choose to be more uncomfortable to get to a higher level or get to the next stage. So
exactly. With branding, there are 4 types. There's awareness, there's sustainability, there's competition, and there's purpose.
Yeah, those are 4 good, definitely stages or reasons. Because, you want to be aware. Like, you want people to be aware of what you're doing.
Exactly.
And you want it to be able to sustain and compete with what's going on and obviously have an underlying purpose. So, yeah, those are perfect.
Right. Awareness, because people will not buy into what you're selling if they don't understand what you're selling in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So you need,
or if they don't even know it, like if they don't even know about it.
Right. You need to build that connection. You need to build that bridge. You need to be like that determining factor. Like, hey, I got A for you. It's gonna help you do B, C, D. So you just need to pay E so that you could get it delivered at G. Like
right.
You have to be very specific.
Yeah.
On what you're trying to put out, so that when they feel you, you've given them a step flow process that they can follow. Just imagine if we could all walk into the supermarket today and just walk out anytime.
Right.
There has to be a procedure.
Yeah.
So if you know this is what you're buying, this is what you're going through, you have to go through this process, then go through the process to successfully get what you want. Don't try and go around it. Try to be like, oh, I'm going to be like this guy. And then 2 years later, you don't become anybody because you didn't build your craft. You know? So your logo, your colors, your hex codes, your mission, your vision, like we talked about, what are people seeing you for? Those are things you need to be aware of. And then from there, you can build interest with people. Like you said, you have to be interesting.
Yep.
You have to be interested.
Yeah, you have to be interested in them. Yeah.
It's a tongue word. It's a tongue flipper.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, and the books you can buy, there are two books you can buy. There's Positioning Battle for Your Mind. You can get that on Amazon. Positioning the Battle for Your Mind. The Brand Gap, How to Bridge the Distance Between Brand Business Strategy and Design. Have you heard of these books?
I don't think I've heard of those yet. I have to check those out.
Yeah, these books are pretty heavy.
Nice.
So
That's
this
good.
is like a little, like, when you have a whole platform, then you add another one to be like, okay, this is an Oprah show now. Yeah, that's what it does.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. And there's some titles that you need. We're gonna go through them very quickly. And before I say anything, I'm not in any way a professional in any of these things as far as legal stuff. So please, this is only for informational purposes.
Yeah.
If you need any more information, please contact your nearest advisor of the options. So you need a lawyer, you need an accountant, you need a manager, you need a financial advisor, and that's different from an accountant.
Yep.
You need a mentor, and you need a protege. If you do music, if you do business, if you do art, whatever you do, you need those things, because guess what? One of them is going to fall off, and then you will be standing there looking crazy because you didn't set up a team back then. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, absolutely. Yeah, I think those are all important things to have, and even there's obviously even more than that. But you have to go at it at stages. I mean, you're not going to, you might, depending on the funds you have, you could jump in and do all of it at once. But yeah, it's definitely stages you want to have to protect, to help you scale. And so, yeah, I think those are really some of the major ones for sure.
Yeah. With this list, what stands out to you the most? I mean, they all make sense, but what is most impactful to you at this point?
At this point, I think I like the Protege the best out of this. I mean, because the others you kind of, you know about that. People most of the time are like, yeah, I need all these people. The Protege, though, a lot of people sometimes don't think about that. Like, what happens when you get to the point where maybe you want to step away or take less of a control of the business, of the company? Who's there? Are you mentoring? Are you bringing someone up to take the reins? If not, all that work you put into it, it's just going to go right when you want to step away. Yeah. So I think that's a big one. And I think kind of finding the right one, like when the student's ready, the teacher will come, kind of thing. Is that right? Did I say that right? Okay.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think it's important to have that prodigy, that mentee, that person you're pouring into and teaching and putting time into, so eventually they can take the reins. Because that's what it's all about. It's not about us having control forever.
Right.
Because we're not going to live forever. And so building someone else up, even more than one, having more than one that you're pouring into to kind of take the reins or to go on and do their own thing. It's like, I've heard the quote, like, why do we need to train our employees and give them all these opportunities? Because they're going to get more skills and then they're going to leave us. They're going to become better people and leave us. And then the CEO is like, well, what happens if we don't train these people and give them leadership skills and they stay? So you've got to prepare people to go off and do their own thing, to branch out. But they can stay. If they stay, then they're a great asset. But if you're not helping these people or equipping these people to grow, then why would you want those kind of people in your organization anyways? Because they're going to bring you down. And so, yeah, I think it's huge to have that mentee, that protege that you're helping, that you're lifting up to another level, because that's what life's about, is helping and bringing people and lifting people up and teaching. And so, yeah, I think that's one that stuck out to me the most.
Yeah, I would say the same thing too, because without having a protege, you can't really say you're successful.
Yeah, because it's not about us. I mean, if you're not helping someone else grow and learn to do what you do, if you're not duplicating that, in my mind, it's a failure, because we're here to love and help other people get to new heights and new stages in their lives. And so,
yeah. I'll give a very quick example.
Yeah.
Look at Jay-Z, right?
Okay.
And see how he started what he did, and he's been able to reach unattainable heights, and he's gone to the farthest extent to create his own platform, which everybody applauds him for and respects him for that. And if you look at his protege, Kanye, they're both billionaires now. Yeah. So if you thought about the management, the mentorship, the leadership, the skills, the thought process, what was he learning back then? Even though they're not together right now, or they may be together, that's not our business. What our business is to better ourselves so that we can be the better person for the next person. You know?
And I'll jump on that. And from a non-money, non-business point, and you can say whatever you want about it, but Jesus, I mean, he had 12 disciples, proteges, mentees, and he poured into their lives, and he showed them how he lived, and he showed them how to live. And then they went on, and now Christianity is one of the biggest religions. He didn't do it for money. I mean, he did it because he had a purpose. He had a vision. He knew what he was here to do, and he enabled those 12 people, not millions. He chose 12, and it ended up reaching millions. And so it's the same thing. Like, we can just pour into people's lives, teach them, and who knows what can happen when you give people the tools and the knowledge to grow.
Exactly. When you give people the knowledge to grow, you give them a chance to understand better, and they can do better. And then when you look at them do better, you feel better because you feel like you've impacted someone's life.
Yep.
You don't want to have everything. If you have everything in the world right now, that's fine. You can do that. But as you have everything, keep very, very closely in mind that when somebody you help is satisfied and is happy, you will be blessed beyond your measure because you've done something good. You've brought something into the world that probably somebody else could have done, but you did because you saw the chance to, and you know what value that brings to somebody. So if Jesus did it, and he was very successful with it and is still today, and you see other people following the same thing, he didn't do anything different from what we're doing today. So it's all in strategy. It's all in branding. It's all in what do you want to send? What is your message? Does that message have content that people want to see, or does it have content people want to block? So you choose. And a little intermission. Hello, Orlando Poverty Project. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's a pleasure. Everybody that's tuning in, I really appreciate your time. So, Chris and I are really, really trying to get this topic, into perspective so that it can actually make sense from a personal perspective.
Yeah.
So definitely that's what we have, and that's what we wanted to tell you today. I don't think there's anything I want to add because I feel like I've said a lot today.
Yeah, it was a good topic today. I think it was a good one to end on as well. A lot of good information.
Yeah, I think so too. So definitely keep in touch. Stay in touch. Check the link in the description, please. Make sure you listen to the Play radio station. Tune in, catch up on the episodes, check the online course. Also check out pencilleadership.com. And Chris, please tell them more about it so that they can find ways to get through to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So pencilleadership.com. Yeah. I mean, you can connect through there to all my social media. Obviously, if you're on here watching, you can connect to my Instagram easy through that. But yeah, on a mission to impact 1 million lives in a positive way, change the world, helping people with their mindset and their habits to see themselves in a different light and be more positive. So yeah, I look forward to connecting. I mean, reach out, love meeting new people and hearing their stories, and see how we can help one another. So
exactly. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to help. We're here to impact, and we're here to change lives. Yep. Thank you so much, awesome. Chris.
No problem, guys.
Having an amazing session. It's always dope.
Yes, it is. It's been awesome.
Yes, sir. Take care.
All right. See ya.
See ya.